Leos, welcome back to my channel. This is Faith for Divine Faith Tarot, and I continue with the spreads on the X that you can't scratch. So Leos, this is going to be the X you can't scratch spread, dealing with that partner that you just cannot seem to get away from. You don't know why you can't get away from that partner. You keep circling back around to them. You keep talking to them. You can't get them out of your mind. So we're going to look at your past life connection with this ex-partner and see why you can't get over them. Now, I am using my past life oracle cards by Doreen Virtue and Brian Weiss, and I'll clarify with my Spellcasters Tarot deck by Scott Murphy. I will be reading my little booklet from the past life cards because I'm not 100% on all the meanings yet because I don't use them that much. So if you hear me reading like from a script, that's because I'm reading from the book, okay? So Leos, your row is up here and your partner's row is down here. And I'm going to draw another card for them. Okay, well, this is going to be pretty deep. I can see that now. Move this up here. All right. So Leos, up here in a past life, you are a scribe or a writer. So maybe now, Leos, you are pretty good with writing things. Maybe you're good with like writing business plans, or maybe you work in a job where you write things, or maybe you're a journalist, or maybe you just keep a journal like with your thoughts, but maybe you have a knack for writing like short stories or books, or you could be an author, because this can represent you, possibly you being an author in a past life. And the scribe or writer card says it reveals that you had a career as a writer or scribe in a past lifetime, which may be why you currently desire to write. You have the natural thinking style of someone who can organize thoughts into written word. The fact that you had the discipline to sit down and write in that previous lifetime shows that you can exercise the same trait in this life. Okay, so Leos, maybe some of you guys have a talent for writing and you're not putting that talent to good use, okay? It's almost like you're putting it off, and not finishing it. But I feel like the universe is saying, if you put off as far as wanting to write a book or publish a book, publish the book, okay? Because it's not going to be there forever. We're not going to be here forever. So you have to do as much as you can while you can, okay? And right next to the scribe card, Leos, you have the health card. And the health card says, your relationship to health and healing is influenced by other lifetimes. You may be suffering from a physical problem that was inflicted upon you during your last life. Perhaps you reincarnated so quickly that you didn't have time to deal with the underlying issues. Your physical health has caused you hardship, yet it has also taught you a deeper level of compassion than you could have learned in a healthy body. Let me see. And it could represent the fact that possibly you could be a healer. So with this being said, Leos, maybe you work in a job that involves healthcare. Maybe you're a doctor or a nurse or nurse practitioner or a chiropractor or a physical therapist. Maybe you're in a job that has something to do with the health and the body, okay? Maybe you're just drawn to that. It's almost like you don't know why you're drawn to that. It's possible you could be a doctor because maybe you write prescriptions and stuff for people, or maybe if you're like a trainer, you write workout plans and stuff like that for people. You could possibly be a dietitian or something like that, but something to do with health. This is what you were in a past life. And maybe, once again, you have not unlocked these certain attributes or talent in this current life. Maybe it could be why you feel like you don't know what your purpose is sometimes. Because maybe you're just in the wrong field. You know, it's possible. Okay? And I feel like maybe you desire something that allows you to travel. But in terms of a relationship, I would say this. Leos, maybe you find yourself always being the one to leave, okay? Or maybe when you have arguments with your partner, or with this particular partner, maybe it just gets to the point where you don't know how to handle the argument, so you just be like, you know what, I'm just going to leave. Because you feel like that's going to solve the problem. It doesn't always solve the problem, okay? It does not always solve the problem with you just leaving, because then it leaves stuff up in the air. It leaves the relationship up in the air because the other person doesn't know. The other person won't know where the relationship stands if you just leave every time there's an argument, okay? With the leaving or travel card, it says that you drew this card because of an old pattern spanning several lifetimes and involves travel and leaving. You may notice in this lifetime that you are a vagabond of sorts and want to continually be moving. You may wish to travel often, or you seek out a career in which you do so. You may also tend to move to new homes frequently. You develop this propensity for leaving and movement out of necessity during your lives as a nomad. Your relationships may have also involved you leaving your partner or being left by a partner who traveled, which is what I was saying before. A sense of maybe you get in an argument and then you always find yourself leaving. Well, now the relationship is up in the air because the other person doesn't know where they stand with you because you've left, or they've left you and left you wondering, like, I don't know where the relationship is going to stand. I don't know where the relationship is going to stand at this point in time. And Leo, it can be a thing that maybe you find yourself generally maybe having to leave this relationship because you end up moving to different places. Or maybe this person ends up moving with you to these different places, and maybe they just get to a point where they're just like, I'm not leaving anymore. It's almost a sense of being unstable. Maybe you're moving a lot because maybe you did that as a child, and so now you're just going with what is comfortable or natural to you. Or maybe you had a parent that used to travel a lot or have to leave a lot in terms of work. So now you feel like that is what you're supposed to do in this present lifetime. Not saying it's a bad thing, but when it comes to a relationship and you're always leaving, then the other person just does not know how to feel, and it leaves it up in the air for the other person to feel like, I'm not valued in this relationship and I need to go elsewhere. Okay. Even though I feel like you're very smart, okay, you probably have no problems with career, because with this card being next to there, like I said here, it could be a doctor. Doctors travel, nurses travel, anything like, or you can have something to do with air, maybe like a pilot or a flight attendant, or you just on the move a lot, and that's where you feel comfortable. That is your happy place, knowing that you have a lot of movement. You probably don't do well in jobs where you have to sit behind a desk. I'm not even going to lie to you, okay? Now, in your partner's position, we have the Father card. Now, the Father card, I'll put this down. Sorry. Father. Father card. This card indicates that your father in this life was with you in prior lifetimes. Any issues you've had with your father likely began a long time ago. He may not have been your father in those lives, though, as souls continue to reincarnate together in different roles. To break any negative patterns with your father's soul, be willing to release old anger or unforgiveness. This can be conscious or unconscious emotional energy stored in your psyche. So, Leos, your partner, I feel like they could be close with their father, but it also could be a sense of their relationship with their father is broken. And it can be a sense of, Leos, why they're in a relationship with you is because maybe you remind them of their father. Okay? And by you reminding them of their father, maybe their father left them. It could have been in a past life. It could have been in a current life. But with the leave or travel, with you being gone a lot, or you leave when arguments get a little bit too rough, that maybe reminds them of what exactly their father did to them. And it's almost a sense of they could be hanging on to what happened probably back to when they were a little bitty baby, childhood, because I see this baby holding on to her father's hand for like dear life because she does not want to let him go. And I can feel like your partner could be going through that now, or they went through that in your relationship. Maybe you always found yourself talking with your ex-partner about their father issues. But it transpired over into you guys' relationship because, like I said, Leo, maybe you remind this person of their father. So if their father left, they've ran right into their father, which is you. By being in a relationship with somebody who is trying to fill the void of what their father didn't do. Like I said, if their father left, now they're trying to fill that empty space, that empty void of their father leaving their life. So, and that person could be you, but it's almost like falling into the same pattern. Gotta break the cycle, okay? If this is the one for you, you gotta break the cycle. And then on the partner side, we have imprisonment or slavery. So, that is a deep card. Imprisonment or slavery. Imprisonment or slavery. This card signifies that you spent time imprisoned or in slavery. Your rights were taken from you as well as your dignity and freedom. You are free now, but you still may harbor fears related to their lifetime. For example, you may feel claustrophobic in confined spaces or on airplanes, or you may have developed a form of Stockholm Syndrome where you feel empathetic toward those who abuse you. On the other hand, your experiences can also make you feel exquisitely compassionate toward those who suffer. So, Leos, the partner here, not saying necessarily that they were in jail or have been in jail. That's not exactly what this card is saying. But this card is saying that your partner tends to find their way into relationships or into a relationship with you, where even if the relationship comes to physical or emotional abuse, they don't know how to let go because they feel like it's their duty in this lifetime to stay because they feel like you're suffering inside. So it's almost like, Leo, they're trying to save you from you sometimes, okay? Maybe this relationship is not the most emotionally fair, okay? Maybe this relationship has gone down a road of abuse. I hope not. But if it has, and the person has continued to stay, this is why they're staying. They're staying because they feel like they have a duty to save you from you. They feel like that you are suffering from something that has happened. So they feel like that it's their duty to be there. They want to help you through the suffer. They want to be the hero. And they feel like by them being the hero to you, then that's going to make you love them more. And it's going to make you not want to leave. That's why when you leave, they're always there. Okay? Or if they leave, either way it go, they're still there, still hanging around. And then we have the biblical card. So I feel like this person that you deal with, Leo, or have dealt with, was spiritual, okay? This person lived at a time when, back in the terms of the Bible. This person had a past life during that time, okay? So they may not go to church a lot, but that's because they feel the disconnect. It's almost like they know there's more to the story than what the Bible is telling them. So they feel that them being in a religious setting or a church house is not going to answer the questions. They feel like they already know the answer to the question, which is a possibility because they were there. They were there when the crucifixion happened, okay? And maybe when this person hears about the crucifixion or sees the crucifixion, they get really emotional. Well, they get really emotional because they were there. And maybe this person is just an emotional person. It could be a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, or a Pisces. That is the one that you keep circling around to, okay? This person probably grew up in a very religious-like family, okay? Now, to clarify, on top of what did I say? Cancer. Hello? There's the Cancer card. Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. And then on top of the health, you have the Page of Cups. And then on top of the Libra travel, you have the Moon card. There's Pisces. Ooh, Leos, you are drawn to water signs. And then on top of the Father card, you have the Seven of Swords. On top of imprisonment, you have the Empress. And on top of the biblical, you have the Two of Cups. And then on the bottom of the deck, we have the Ten of Pentacles. So, Leos, with this being said, I feel like you have a family with this particular water sign, possibly a Cancer or a Pisces, okay? Because I see the Empress card down here on imprisonment or slavery. So it's almost like maybe, Leo, this person stays in a relationship with you because they have a kid with you. Or vice versa. Maybe you're staying in a relationship because you have a kid with them and you feel like, I don't want to disconnect this family because I don't want to disconnect my child, okay? And with the father card there, Leos, maybe their father is a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, okay? Or their father is somebody who left them as well, because I see this person as sneaking off in the middle of the night, and that is sitting with them on their heart, and they don't know how to deal with it. And then on the partner side, on the biblical card, we have the Two of Cups, and that represents marriage commitment. So I feel like this person has a traditional view on what relationships are. They want a commitment. They want to be married. Okay, it's almost like they follow the Bible, even though they really don't go to church that much. And maybe they felt like with them having a baby by you, or you having a baby by them, whatever way you want to see it, that would have been enough to get the commitment that they wanted as far as marriage goes. On top of the scribe or writer, like I said, maybe you're at a distance from this Cancer. Okay? And it's a sense of it could have been a rocky road with this person, because the Chariot is not your average sense of transportation. It is bumpy. You feel every crevice in the ground. You feel every rock. You feel everything, okay? And it's just a bumpy ride, but you can get through the ride if you want to stay on it, okay? And Leo's, on top of the health card, you have the Page of Cups. With the Page of Cups there, I don't know why I'm getting drinking. Maybe drinking has impacted your health, or maybe you drink to cope with the relationship problems, or maybe you drink because at times when you don't know what to do, or maybe you fall into depression easily, and it's like you don't know what to do, so that is your way out. But that is terrible, okay? And then, like I said here, you always tend to possibly leave the relationship. Leave it in secret. And it could be you could be in the relationship, but the whole time you could be having a secret relationship or secret affair or talking to somebody behind this person's back. Okay? And there's a possibility that this person probably checks on you a lot to see what you're doing. It's probably happening now. I'm going to pull a couple more cards. Nine of Wands. You have trust issues, for sure. And you have your wall up, your defenses up. A lot. We got the Tower. Yeah, there's that Tower. Something always happens in this relationship, and I feel like it's on the fact of leaving the relationship in secret. Oh, well. And then we have the Two of Pentacles, trying to find a balance in a messed up situation. But then you end up having a choice. Or this could be a simple fact that you feel like maybe, Leo, this person is your true love, but you just don't know how to get over the bumps. You guys don't know how to get over the bumps in a relationship. So, Leos, with that being said, I hope this video resonated with you. If you did, please leave me a comment below. I thank you guys for supporting my channel. Please share, like, and subscribe. And thanks for watching.